my first work on Ventress. I got the rims on. Really didn't video that because that's really simple. And as you can see, part of it is satin, part of it is not, because I'm waiting for a hood. When I get said hood, I will satin the rest of the car, but it's going to be a month or two before I do that. But the satin looks a whole lot better. Look at that body line right there. The satin looks a lot better than the gloss black. But today I get to do this. Again, I did this about 6 months ago, if y'all remember. I put lowering springs on the last Blackwing. And then I've got to put extended studs to get the stance perfect. But as you see, she sits mighty high. So today, I'm gonna bring her a little lower so she looks a lot better. Get it done, and hopefully one day, I gotta find somewhere to do the, move this strut, take the spring off the strut and put it back together. And as you hear my voice, I'm congested because this guy has COVID. But I feel okay. I'm gonna work on the car today and get this knocked out. Well, got our first signs of traction, got the rotor off. Took a while to get the car in the air. There's a nice carbon ceramic rotors next to nice shiny rims. Had to get the rotor off because to get the extended studs, so these are the studs, I'm gonna extend them to push the rim this way, just get the perfect stance. Yes, a whole lot of work just for some looks. But this hub has to come out because there's a notch back here that if it was over here, I can knock the studs straight back and put the new studs off without having to remove the hub. But for some reason, even on the last Blackwing, the notch is over here, which the rotor blocks. And I can't get the studs out with that. So I'm gonna have to take the whole hub out and rotate it this way just to get that notch there. But that's not what I'm really working on right now. I've got to lower this. So I've got to take this whole strut assembly out and take this to another shop to get this compressed and replace these springs. So hopefully the shop will be able to do it today. Either way, I've got COVID. I ain't got anything else I can do. So I can work on this tomorrow. I can work on this Monday. I can work on this whatever. But one day it'll be done eventually. A quick YouTube video for how to remove the strut. Things you have to remove this connector, which goes to the speed sensor for the traction control. There's this accelerometer that's here with a 10mm bolt. And then there's also this bolt back here, which connects the brake lines. And then I think this is also one of the other accelerometers. That needs to be removed. And then also, so you remove that bolt there, and then you got to also remove this. So pretty much remove everything that's attached to the strut. We're gonna have to also remove this. Hopefully that comes out without destroying it. We'll find out. But anyways, I've got to remove all of that. And then you got to remove these two bolts. They're huge, but you got to remove the knuckle bolts. Once you get these two knuckle bolts out, and then you remove the top 3 bolts, which are really easy to get to. But you'll also have to remove the top strut sway bar. The sway bar up there. Not sway bar, but the strut tower brace. But these two are going to be a pain in the ass. On the last Blackwing, I actually had to knock these back with a hammer to get them out. Hopefully I don't have to do that on this one, but those are a pain in the ass to get out. Good thing I have the rotor out. You do not have to remove the rotor to do this, but I'm doing the extended studs at the same time, so I had to remove the rotor to get to the extended studs to rotate the hub. Whole bunch of extra work, but if you have the rotor out, it makes it a lot easier to get to these 2 bolts. So 2 bolts to get the rotor out if you want to do that to make this easier, but you don't have to. But I'll let you know what size bolts they are in a second, and we'll show some traction there. Video, there is a 18mm bolt back here that holds in this end link. So you got to disconnect that. There's a clamp back here you got to disconnect, or a bracket, or not a clamp, but a clip you got to disconnect from back here. But the main reason, 24 and 21. So you got to remove this nut with the 24mm, and then you're going to have to try to push this out. I'll let you know how it comes. For anyone who's wondering, taking out a strut does not take long. It's already out. That's like 20 minutes from the last video I did. It's just 2 bolts at the bottom. They're major bolts. Had to bang those out. And then 3 bolts up top. After you get the wheel off, taking a strut off is light work. The problem is I don't have a spring compressor. This is a hydraulic tool that most people don't have in their own damn garage that I need to go take this to get done by. But it'll be done. I gotta go take off the other strut now though. Hopefully that'll take about an hour or so. Well, for once I'm proud to say the job took longer, or shorter, excuse me, I'm so used to saying longer, than I expected. I think I was like 30, 40 minutes to get the strut out on this side and the damn rotor. Everything's out though. 2 struts removed by this guy. So now I've gotta hopefully get this shop to compress and replace these springs today. If they get it done today, then I could probably finish all this today. But if they don't, I've got tomorrow. I don't know if they're open on Sundays, but it's the South. They probably aren't, but we'll find that out. And after about 3 hours, I've got the struts back. They got the nice shiny red lowering springs on them. Those are Swift springs from Tap Out Tuning. Same springs I had on the last Blackwing. They gave it a nice stance, but I've still got to do the rear. So you see back there, that black spring is going to change to a red spring also. I'm going to get that done tonight, get those installed tonight, but I will save the extended studs until tomorrow because I've got time. I don't have anything else really to do tomorrow. I'll watch the Steelers game, and then probably after that, I will have football on while I work on the car. I'll get it done all tomorrow, and we'll get to see what she looks like when she's sitting about an inch lower and the rim's pushed out tomorrow. All right, video for the torques. This is 111 inch-pounds, and then it asks for 80 to 95 degrees of extra torque after you do 111 foot-pounds. Excuse me, of course, not inch-pounds. That's huge. So 111 foot-pounds, then 80 to 95 degrees extra after that. And then this bolt back here is 89 foot-pounds. So just 89 foot-pounds. You have to make sure that doesn't spin. A lot of times these end links will spin, so make sure that it doesn't spin. And then at the end, after you lower the car, these are loose on my car right now, but at the end, after you lower the car, get the weight on these, 20 foot-pounds on each of these three. So that's the torques for everything for the suspension. Well, I thought the rear was going to be easy because I have experience. I did it, 6-7 months ago in March on the same damn car. So there's 3 bolts holding this lower control arm in. There's that bolt that holds the strut. There's that bolt that holds the knuckle. And then there's that bolt that bolts it all to the frame. I chose this bolt like an idiot. There's a lot of stuff on the knuckle, but pull that nut out, bang that out. That's all I thought I had to do. No, there's an end link right here. This end link was blocking the bolt. So I dropped this end link and then the whole knuckle shifted. So after finagling with this for about 30 minutes to get this all back together, had to get the knuckle to realign to get the bolt back in. Got that all together, pulled that back bolt out, the whole thing just drops. And then the spring comes out. And the sad thing is if I would have just posted this on YouTube like I was supposed to, this would have been easy. I could just watch my YouTube video showing people how to do this on a Blackwing, and this would have been done. Lessons learned. Maybe I need to post stuff on YouTube. Okay. For the rear suspension, this is actually pretty easy. Don't make this difficult. You got to take 4 clips out. Those 4 clips take that cover off the bottom of this. Put a jack under here to hold this, and then take this bolt all the way out. It comes out this way, so you just take it all the way out, and that releases the strut, and then take that out. You're gonna take that nut that does your camber adjustment, you're gonna bang that all the way out, and after you bang it out, you can drop this jack, and then that will let this drop. Do not, for the love of God, do this bolt up here. I did that, and this knuckle has so much on it. As soon as you take that bolt off, this whole thing is going to adjust, and you're going to have to play with this all day to get this to realign to get that bolt back in. So don't do this bolt. If you're just doing your spring, all you need to do is this bolt, take that out, that bolt, bang that out, and the whole thing will drop nicely. Just listen to me. Don't waste your time. All right, quick video just showing what should be done. Do not mess with this bolt. Take that bolt out. Really easy. It's just a bolt. You screw it all the way out, it'll drop out. Then you take the nut out of the alignment bolt there, and then you have to bang that out all the way through, and then that will come out. And then this is hanging right now. And once that's hanging, you lower your jack. You have to have the jack here to hold the spring, but as soon as you lower the jack, the whole thing just comes down and your spring comes out. If I'd have waited, I could have done that. But no, I did that bolt and wasted 30 minutes. This literally took 15 minutes. So if you do it this way, it takes 15 minutes. If you try that way, try with this bolt. If you try with that bolt, it's gonna take you hours because that bolt is all types of alignment that's gonna be done afterwards. Believe me, this bolt, that bolt, all you need. Don't think I'll be able to easily show this inside of the perch, but this notch right here goes inside of that notch in the perch. I'll try to get some light in there. There's a notch right back there. That notch has to line up with that to make sure that this stays in alignment. And then one thing you want to try to do is to get your springs as far up to the perch on, you see how that's touching, and the same thing down here. Try to get your springs nice and snug in there. I guess eventually they'll get there, but I think if you put them there, it'll start there. So yeah, but all you have to do is put that back in. It's really easy. Put it back in, but make sure this goes in the hole in the bottom of the lower control arm. Got some good news. This side went together really well because I did the right thing. Only those 2 screws. The thing I did wrong though, rest in peace phone. See, what had happened was I had this nice big electronic torque or impact gun sitting here, and it just fell over right on the phone. Cracked the screen. Not only cracked the screen, destroyed the damn screen and lost all the pixels there. So yeah, and this is the phone I did not want to replace. I was going to replace the phone in my hand because it's a Pixel 5a and work will not support it anymore. So I was going to make this my work phone. But now this is a trash phone, which means I need to replace both phones. First world problems. Gotta love them. Okay, for the rear suspension torques, both of these torques are going to need 95 to 105 degrees extra turn after you get finished. But this one, which holds the strut, that bolt there is 74 foot-pounds, and then you're going to need another 90 to 105 degrees after that torque cycle, so two times. Second one is this one, 111 foot-pounds, and same thing, 90 to 105 degrees of extra rotation after you do that first torque. And then this back one, which is the one you should definitely loosen. You should not loosen that one. Don't be stupid like I was. Once you take that off, I don't know what that torque is because I didn't download the camber adjustment, but I'm gonna take this, go get a alignment, as everybody should if you do any type of adjustments like this. So, you know, I'm just gonna make it good and tight, which this shop is probably gonna do the same.